Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be building a brand from scratch. So I don't know how many of you saw it, but I did a video recently about my first experience of branding, and it was about a little business that me and my family set up a number of years ago. It never really came to anything. But in the light of revisiting that story, I wanted to try it again all these years later and dive back into developing another surf brand from scratch and seeing what comes of it. This is my very messy studio at the moment. This is my Kiri belly board. For any of you who like surfing or like bodyboarding or any sort of water activities, you have to get one of these. It is just so much fun. I went out with my brother the other day. It was freezing. I went out on the bodyboard and I had gloves on and everything, and this was just a normal bodyboard because I was like, there was no attempt that I was going to surf that day because my legs were wrecked and I was freezing. But the normal bodyboard, when I had these oversized gloves on, was really hard to hold and falling out from beneath me, and I was having a bit of a tough time out in the water. Anyway, I come in for a bit, warm up, and I grabbed this and went out and I just blasted out to the back again because it just cuts through the water when you've got your swim fins on, and there's no resistance with this when you're trying to paddle out, just duck diving under waves. And yeah, it was cold, but I got out fast. And then first wave comes along and I kick into it. This just wins every time. One or two kicks with the swim fins and I'm gliding down the face of this, I don't know, they were like 6 to 8 foot that day, so they were pretty big. This was probably only a 4 foot wave, to be honest. The bigger waves were breaking much deeper. So yeah, it was probably a 4 foot face, and I just tore across it on this little bad boy. So yeah, this is the reason we're freelance. This is the reason why we're a creative studio, so we can spend more time in the water. Ooh. So massive inspiration for today actually has been like the bellyboard journey. Me really getting into bellyboarding in the last few years, the culture of bellyboarding, the importance of sustainability, and so this is really sort of influencing the brand that I'm going to work on today. So for anyone who's seen any of my other videos, you know that straight off the bat we're going to get out the sketchbook, we're going to do some sketching, we're going to get some ideas down before we hop into the computer. The one thing I might hop onto the computer first is to help me develop a bit of a brief, a bit of a story around the brand that we're creating, to give some ideas to influence the logo design or any design assets we might want to build. Right, so we're going to get the robots involved. Let's open chat. I think with all the fear mongering around AI, and don't get me wrong, I'm not 100% sold on it, AI. You know, I might just have a little AI rant right now. Yeah, to be fair, it's going to be insane, isn't it? In the next 5 to 10 years, I'm kidding myself. It's going to be absolutely brutal. But yeah, let's chat to it and see what it's got to say. What we're going to use it for is to help us set a brief. It's not letting me log in at the moment. The internet has been shocking as well recently. I don't know if anyone's experiencing that. Now, full disclosure, I've been thinking about this brand for a while, so it's not a case of I'm going in completely blind. I do have a few ideas and a few prompts that I can give it. Hi chat, I want to start a new sustainable brand. Let's see what comes back with. So, here's a bit of brand lore, or brand story. Born from the rugged, salt-streaked shores of Devon, Driftwood Clothing is a tribute to the sea's slow, patient artistry. Just like Driftwood, we embrace the beauty of imperfection, the journey of renewal, and the raw, timeless connection between land and ocean. Every piece we create is designed for those who find their rhythm in the tides. Whether they're riding the swell, exploring hidden beaches, or simply carrying the spirit of the coast with them wherever they go. Crafted from organic, sustainable materials, our clothing is made to move with you, to soften and to shape with time, just like the coastline itself. Driftwood isn't just washed up, it's well-travelled, it's shaped by experience, refined by nature, and carried forward by those who refuse to stand still. Oof! That is not bad. That is not bad for 5 seconds work, is it? That is the problem with AI. It gives you a really strong starting point. When I think back in the day, you'd sit in meetings for hours discussing this stuff, trying to get that first paragraph down in terms of identity and who we are and what we're doing. You know, I've sat in meetings that have gone on for hours and weeks, like defining that sort of stuff. I was part of, it was more than a rebrand. This was like a whole organizational review. And so we reviewed the organization and then you know, wrote a whole new document about the brand's identity and who it was and all of that. And I mean, that went on for months. And just jumping into chat now, that is like the first page of that document written. It's not perfect, no, but we've spent no time on it. And if we start tweaking it, it very quickly will fall into place. So that is so annoying that it's so good for this sort of stuff. But yeah, so let's get to work. Driftwood Clothing. Let's see what we can do. So, as you'll remember me constantly talking about analog processes, it's like finding different textures that you can bring to life. And so obviously with the brand being called Driftwood, I've come out and found some woody textures. And we're going to chuck some ink on these pieces of wood and see if I can print them to paper that I can then scan. And so I really like that with this sort of nice little crack there. Better. That's more what we're looking for. These are going to be completely unique textures. I do like scanning things in, and so there's just some good amount of detail. So after a load of sketching, here is our final Driftwood Clothing logo. Boom! I like the sort of roughen effect, give it that sort of rusty vibe when metal goes a bit rusty and a bit gnarled, as you often see at the seaside. It's obviously got the anchor. It's got this, I don't know, it just felt a little bit piratey, a little bit oceany, and I like it. And so this is where we are.